Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Lowe's Motor Speedway, site to race number 12 of the Coke Vanilla Cup Series 2009 season. At least I think it's race number 12. Is it
I think
race
so
12 or
too.
is it race 11?
12.
Okay, thank you. Alongside me once again is Stephen Paul III.
Hello, guys. I missed the Hooters race, but I'm here.
Uh, you missed the one at Papyrus. That you had your flight troubles, and so that's why. Front row
Yeah.
for this one: Ryan George, Matt Duncan. We have Mitchell Hodak, Steve Pollard up front, Alexander Rowe, and our All-Star race winner Peter Onjek will start in row 3. Mary Shelley Smedoz Khan and Paul Swanson Hunter Braxton in row 5. Don't really have time to showcase everything, so what we will do, I'm assuming we'll just end up going trackside here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with top 10 out of the way, let's go trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Command has been given. Steven, your thoughts about this one?
Well, we're glad to be back after the swine flu stoppage we had for a month. We're going to be back to racing now in 2009. So Ryan George, Matt Duncan starts off really well here and stuff. So it's going to be interesting. Stephen Paul third's historical 249 points, so he has Charles in shambles. So last race he finished third. We'll see how he does. This is where the start off here. Daytime conditions here, nighttime going to be for the race. So the guys ran the All Star. Yeah, you guys who ran last week are going to have everybody. The top 50 in order points will have an advantage plus the 48 and 09. So we'll see how this prevails here. The track's going to be slicker and harder to drive and stuff. So it's going to be causing the cars to slide up a little more, and I expect a wreck. There is no caution in this race. Got to be in top 18. And an interesting note, the first ever time we've ever ran this situation, 36 is out of a provisional. So if you ain't in that top 20, top 18, excuse me, you're out of the race. So Allison Rain's got to get the foot to the floor.
She actually will start in this duel in the 12th position, so in a solid starting spot, but obviously not exactly in the most comfortable spot either, as the field comes through turns 3 and 4 now. Locked into the race in this duel, we have the 57, the 42, and the 28. Stephen Paul III, Chris Wilson, and Bill Bragg Jr. Also locked in is Mary Shelley on the past champion. If she races in, then Steve Pollard would be locked in. Obviously, if he races in, then we lock in a past winner. And we are green for Duel 1.
Yep, we're here for Memorial Day weekend and we're ready to go because after this we're barbecuing. A 6 car who won the D&Q race here last year is getting off to a good lead. Ryan George won 2 races ago too. Feel like an eternity ago, but he did win at Colorado National.
And Ryan George able to get clear of the 55, so finds a nice little hole here. And the battle is for third behind him.
Yep, I'm not hearing the liver, but I am hearing the engine sounds, and these engines are roaring around this racetrack. As here comes Hodak in the 55, the Napa Brakes 55.
We saw the wall was an issue in the
Yes, and last
All-Star
year.
race, but no one got it there off turn 4 this time. Ryan George looking for the race lead.
Yeah, Ryan George won at Colorado National, got a plain white car. Now he's in a plain silver car, so you just got to keep these plain cars going.
Battle still for third. Steve Pollard stuck on that outside line. Can he make that work for him? No, he can't. Kodak's going to get the spot off turn 4.
I'm pretty sure Rowe's like at 6 or 5 straight DQs. I'll have to pull it up. So Rowe up here, nice job for him. Allison in the Hornets Nets back there. As I see Gene Sanford finished third last weekend. No, second, excuse me, at Road America for the last points paying race we had.
Didn't actually advance into the All-Star race 1 week ago, last weekend.
Yes, correct. There's a little bit of single file train here. Now the car's starting to spread out a little bit. That's part of the daytime. You don't want to be running. Where Isaac, the 48 is 13, just give a prime example. That's sliding up the hill there.
And nearly got the wall off turn 4, but so far so good. No one's getting the wall. No one's taking to the grass as an escape route.
That's good. And as you notice, yes, that is a brand new paint scheme on the one, the Turkey Foundation one. We're used to seeing the black and orange all year, so nice little touch up there.
As Alexander Rowe now looking for third on Mitchell Hodak. Can't quite make the move stick.
Yeah, actually, Rowe and the 16 did make a race the last couple races. The longest streak right now is Juan Rodriguez. He's had 5 races, so Juan's hoping he makes it one at a time here.
I think he might be in this duel too.
I think he is, yes.
Yeah, he
is.
13th
in the fence.
33rd.
Well, that might be 6 straight then.
as Rowe was able to get the spot. Now Steve Pollard trying to get a spot away from the 55. Can't quite make the move stick. Chris Wilson's on the outside of Mary Shelley. That might be on the outside of Gene Sanford if he's not careful. And there's
Yes.
Allison Rain in the 36 and currently running in 12th spot.
Yeah, Steve Paul is running double duty this week. Going to run the 8000cars.com on Friday night or Saturday night. So it'll be interesting to see how the Saturday
Now
night how
for
he
the
does.
lead. Here comes Matt Duncan. We've had a spinner, and it's Hunter Braxton.
Oh, that's an F for Hunter.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if his points position is good enough to make it in. It's going to be very borderline. You will see the incident if I can figure out how to get it to do side-by-side now. Or you'll see
Yeah,
at the end of
that's
this thing. I don't know.
2 out of the last 2 races he's at the top 10, and that's going to be a DNQ. That's going to be that's an F.
Well, most likely being good. You can kind of see what might have happened based on the skid marks.
Yes, now all of them are kind of packing up right here, trying to get Ryan George here.
As battle right now is between Smet Ozkan and Mary Shelley for 7th. Alexander Rowe trying to make a move.
Yeah, Mary Shelley, it's been about now coming into this race. Let me just get it real quick. Where is it? Mary has won in 81 races. This will be the 82nd race she has when she desperately needs to get a win.
Well, to be fair, actually, if she can get top 10 points, it doesn't really matter. Alexander Rowe now will clear his teammate for 2nd.
Yeah, how about Roush up here?
Clear.
Yeah, 37 and 13. I mean, not 37. Double zeros. 37 moves into the transfer spot as JT Bryant falls out.
Derek Hamill got off of the spot. That's what happened there.
Yeah, Bill Bragg Jr.
Pollard
there.
clears for 3rd as well. Matt Duncan just kind of running the test session, though, with this one.
Pretty much here as the 64 continues with great speed out of that 64 car.
And loving what he sees in his rearview mirror as Steve Pollard couldn't make the move on the 16. Isaac Flickinger tries to make the move on Matt Duncan for 4th.
The 64 is a former silver Red Bull. That's the car Pollard running the All-Star race last year, so it's got some speed in it. I wish we had the speed that car had it last year.
And Smet Ozkan also going to try and take the spot away from the 6 of Matt Duncan.
Yeah, Isaac Flickinger has DNQ'd since his win. He's only made 2 races since his win, so seeing him up here is definitely good. Probably going to have 1 pit stop, too. I'd be very surprised if we didn't.
Yeah, probably. Allison Rain now up into the top 10 in that 36 car, up to 8th.
That's the
Cooties spot away from the 18.
That's the Cooters Barbecue and Shea Trucking 36 right there. It's 55 dropping back. They were up there for a little bit. 27, here he comes.
Well,
Winner to
Pollard
a last
take
race.
Another peek at it. Can't quite make the move. And Isaac Flickinger trying to take a shot at the 27.
On the high side, yeah, that's the Lowe's Patriotic. Steve was the last points paying winner here. So he's going to try to keep the spot on the bottom side just barely.
Not going to be able to make it work. And now the 48 might get played by the 6 and the 1 here.
How about Alexander Rowe? You know, new computer, things never change. People low in points, always winning. And here comes Rowe. He's on the back bumper of that 64, it looks like. Trying to, at least.
He's closing in. Although, to be fair, Ryan George isn't top 42 in points either, despite the win.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's another one that's also low in points, trying to get a good job.
How about Chris Wilson there? Chris Wilson, who had the record, Road America, dropped him to 3rd in points. One of the rare times you've ever seen Chris Wilson duel 1 this year.
And Allison Rain now to 7th, looking for 6th on car number 6.
The pole sitter here last year, so try to get a spot like, oh, I need a race in, so I got to get the foot to the floor.
And Wilson being overtaken by Time Paul around the outside for the 44. Can he get it done before turn 1? Yes, he can.
Awesome to see that high side working to give you multi-group racing. Transfer spot has stayed the same with Mitchell Collins. The 90 and 20 have been kind of dormant there.
Well, no, it's swapped around between people. It was the 37 at one point, remember? So, double zeros had the transfer spot at a point. So, top 4 now have grouped up again. Here comes Steve Pollard looking for 2nd on Alexander Rowe.
Yeah, 27's got speed. Didn't have much speed in the... Well, they got up to the top 10 if I remember correctly.
Yes,
so.
they did in that final stage. Came to life.
Yep,
and he's going to get 2nd here. Isaac Flickinger might fall back in line in 4th. But meanwhile, Allison Rain has charged from 12th to 5th.
Yeah, the 36 is on rails.
The 6, meanwhile, has fallen from first down to 6th, and now here comes Time Pollard. He wants that 6th spot away from car number 6.
Yeah, 57 doesn't have a lot of speed in this one so far, not even cracking the top 20. But the other Pollard's having speed, it looks like.
Well, the 82's
Well,
going behind the wall.
57's in last, actually.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
in 34th.
34th.
Well,
Wonder if that
you
might have
know,
been something with the 82 there.
yep, as Steve Pollard getting
Oh,
past
it's
right here.
27 just brushed the wall.
Yes, he did. And he did that. Remember, he's the pole sitter. He did that last week, too.
Well, he's going to lose a spot to Rowe. He's going to lose a spot to Isaac Flickinger, maybe. Will he lose a spot to the 36 as well? No, he
Most
won't,
likely.
because Time Pollard's going to try and take a spot away from Allison Rain.
Yep, maybe try to get the old 2-for-1 special here.
Allison, we saw, was really good on that high side a week ago. Can't quite get the move to work for her today. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
Flickinger's still trying to clear 27.
Yep, as the 12 car is dropped out as Gatlin Downey is past the 12. And Gene
the
Sanford is
37 now,
17th.
37 is now fallen back to the transfer spot.
Yeah, 98 has got into the 16th spot as here comes the 40. Oh boy.
Ooh, Steve Pollard cut off Isaac Flickinger. That also forced Time Pollard to have to lift. Now here comes the 44. 36 is going to go low.
See which way we're going to go here.
And it looks like it's going to go in favor of Allison Rain there. Time Pollard's
55.
going to maybe lose another spot back to the 6.
55 is almost dropping out of the field there.
In fact, the 60's gone around the 37 for that transfer spot.
Yep, Gatlin Downey, who literally tied and missed the All-Star race just on base best finishes, so they're on a mission.
Well, missed the showdown on best finish.
Yeah. As we're coming to the halfway mark right here, almost the halfway. Yep, halfway mark.
Halfway, next time by, Allison Rain going to go for 4th now on Isaac Flickinger, who's going to make that move easy. I say that
48.
actually doesn't quite clear the 48 off turn 2.
Yeah, nobody can get to that 64. Just clean air is such king.
And I think we're also getting to a point where the tire wear is starting to make it to where that outside line's a little bit better anyway.
Yeah, that's true because the bomb side is hard to drive. As there comes Rowe.
The 16
Roll your
is
boat.
definitely a quicker car than the 64, but just can't quite make a move.
Yep, as we got Gunzelman, Shelmerdine, and Roush battling. What year are we in?
2009, duh.
Feels like we're in the
Isaac
Twilight Zone.
Flickinger keeps 4th off of Allison Rain. Kind of just looking to see who's going to be the first one to try and maybe make that pit stop.
Yeah,
Almost a full second of fall off at this point in the run.
Yeah, 88 car is also up there. They're in 20. Oh, actually, now it's cracking the top 20 there. Excuse me.
The
Here comes
55
16.
has actually fallen back to 18th now. Alexander Rowe looking for the race lead. Steve Pollard's going to go high and push to 64.
Yeah, let's see. It's going to be one of those classic drag races on the backstretch. Oh, 16 just can't. You're right, Charles. Just can't hold the bottom of the tower.
That's going to allow the 27, but Steve Pollard brushes the wall again.
Name a better combo. Steve Pollard in the fence.
But he does get second away from the 16.
In the wall, too. Let's keep that in mind. So, bottom side starting a little bit, trying to form right here. Ryan George keeps the lead, actually.
That battling allowed Isaac Flickinger to catch up. And judging by that line, we might have some pit stops, and we will. Alexander Rose stays out while a lot of people pit behind him. Downing stays out. So does Hodak, Braddock, Swanson, Bouchard stay out. And did we? Oh, we had a wreck. We had a wreck coming to pit lane.
88's done.
So, no, I don't think so. But that's going to be advantage to these guys who stayed out. Alexander Rowe comes in now. Downey tries to take advantage. Hodak, Braddock, or Swanson, and Bouchard are the people who might be able to take advantage of this.
Oh, no.
And I'm sorry about that. I can't help that pop-up came up.
88. Look at the hood on the 88. The 88's got no hood.
Oh, yep.
Alexander
Very
Rose.
long stop for the 16. Going to come out behind the 57. So
The
the
16.
64, 27, 48 win the race off of that group. Here comes the second group. The 16's basically going to be a lap down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hodak's going to win the race off of the second group. But there goes the 64, 27, and 48.
Yeah, actually, the 16 is actually going to be the leader.
No, he's on the lead lap, but he's going to be a full lap behind this. Oh, wait, never mind. 16. I forgot 16 stayed out an extra lap. So actually, yeah, you're right. 16 is going to be the race leader over the 64, 27, 48.
Give you a pass, Charles. It's been a month.
Yeah, I forgot that they stayed out an extra lap, so I thought it was a very long stop. It was a very long stop, though, for the 57.
Yeah, man, 57 does not have the car today. Hopefully they improve that for the race.
Well, that's good news and bad news, though, because it does mean that it's good news for the people trying to chase him down because it's going to put him behind the 8 ball to start this. But unfortunately, it also is not going to be good news for those that don't race their way in because it's going to be one less spot to go to on points.
Yeah, let's see. I think, is Bouchard get the top 18?
He did!
Oh, Lord Jesus.
The 67 is currently in the top 18, but barely. This is going to be the battle for the championship spot right here. The 13, the 06, and the 67.
Is it time to burn the footage yet?
I don't know.
Paul Swanson run that line. Not going to get
the high line. He's going to try and get the run on the 67. And he's going to have the run. Can he get the spot away from Bouchard? Yes, he can.
Easily. We had a wreck. Oh, no, that's not a wreck. I thought I saw smoke.
No, we're good. Trey Smith also going to get by the 67, it looks like.
Yeah, it's going to be a really hard pass to complete right there off into the corner. 40.
Chris Wilson at least is in the top 18 still. So is Bill Bragg Jr.
And the 98.
Yeah, that would be and the 27. So,
yeah.
As Ryan George now on the one lap older tire trying to catch the 16.
Yep, can he get there? Let's see what happens. He's
just ran his fast lap of the race the last time by.
And
one ups that fastest lap again.
Yeah, 64's on rails.
It's not even good enough for a top 10 lap speed though. But the 64 pushing the 16 is gapping the 27.
Yep, looks like a little two-car tango right here. Tango going right here. Somebody ran into an issue.
It is Gatlin Downey that had to pit again.
That's enough.
Or had a very lengthy stop, one or the other.
37 looks like they ran into issues.
Maybe. 88 is damaged off the pace. This actually might be one of the cars that was involved in that pit lane scuffle. And yeah, that car is extremely off the pace.
Extremely is an understatement. 64 is going to try to pick.
Still would be making minimum speed though.
Yeah, let's see. It's going to be interesting right here. There's so little laps to go. Any lap traffic is going to play a factor.
Also has a dent to the hood of his Verizon Dodge. As the 37 goes one lap down in this duel. The 88 is actually already one lap down. That would be to go a second lap down. Oh, Isaac nearly was unable to get by the 37 cleanly.
Yes, they'll try to get by him.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't exactly a clean move anyway, but almost was less clean.
Yeah.
Juan Rodriguez back here. There's Fitzwater, Brett Hill. How bad does your day have to be that you're using the Robert Pollard for Stephen Paul III?
We'll still probably get tough
to the left side of the 60.
Yeah, that's where probably Jeff James got his damage from.
Well, no, the 60 stayed out an extra lap, remember?
Oh, yeah, they still got all that damage.
Trey Smith trying to chase down Paul Swanson. Not going to be able to do it, I think. So it
Well,
looks
ideas
like,
one wreck.
well, yeah, that's basically what he's going to have to hope for at this point. As we follow this battle here, Hodak losing spots again as he lost a spot to Peter Onjak, now losing a spot maybe to Derek Hamill. Our pole sitter is back here as well in this battle.
Yep, just kind of showing they're getting some lap time for the his track experience.
I would say getting test time or testing basically, but not exactly sure what you'll learn for this for the Coke 600 in this race.
Yeah, with the way the track stations are. Yeah, it's 28
Braddock's
per
going to get around Delan Abrahamian, I believe, here. And yes, he will, unless Abrahamian gets the run around on the outside. But no, Peter Onjak's also going to try and take advantage of this.
Coming to 5 laps to go here.
We just hit 5 to go, actually.
There you go.
And I apologize for the frame rate issues. It's basically that whole happened.
Yeah. Top 18 seems. Oh boy, here we go.
As Samed Ozkan, Allison Rain, and Brian James have all caught the 37.
Yep, and not very happy that they caught him.
Ty
Pollard's
got
by
gone
Ryan
around.
George.
Jeff James is now getting put a second lap down in this duel.
Yep, Steve Paul, like I mentioned, past Brian George there. We kind of missed it a little bit.
Unfortunately, they're all getting held up by the 88.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff.
So that basically is going to seal the deal, I think, here with 3 laps to go in Duel 1. As all 3 of them now will, the 27, 64, and 48 all the 88 now.
Try to get by. I don't think there'll be any more lap traffic out there. Oh, 64 trying to peek on the bottom side.
He tried to. They might catch Mitchell Collins. They might.
Transfer spot
the white
is...
flag. Oh, no, sorry. 2 to go this time by Alexander Rowe. Actually,
Yep,
so yeah, they are definitely going to catch the spot.
Paul Swanson, 18. Looks like Chris Wilson, 90 and 28 make the field definitely help.
Yeah. 16 making it not exactly going to help. Same for 64 and 48.
Here we go side by side here as Ryan George get the ball.
Ryan George, Steve Pollard. Pollard gets the wall again.
Steve, name a better combination. Steve Pollard on the wall.
As that is the 3rd time today we've seen the 27 get up into that turn 4 wall.
And Matt Duncan, I believe he's won 2 duels before trying to make it. No, that's not. Wow, that was failed.
That's Duncan. That's Alexander Rowe that's going to win this duel.
Yeah, his last win, I believe, was at Mustic, too. I think he won another race, too. So here comes Rowe.
And Alexander Rowe will win Duel 1 here at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
But back, the 16 won the All-Star race a couple seasons ago, so maybe that number's a good omen. Not the All-Star race, the Coke 600 with Tristan Wilhoit.
And looking at it, it does look like the 13. Well, Yo 6 made it a little bit close.
Oh, felt like for G, for sure.
As racing their way into the Coke 600 in Duel 1, Alexander Rowe, Steve Pollard, Ryan George, Isaac Flickinger, Time Pollard, Allison Rain, Smed Ozkan, Brian James, Mary Shelley, Bill Brack Jr., Mitchell Hodak, Peter Onjak, Delan Abrahamian, Derek Hamill, JT Bryant, Chris Wilson, and Paul Swanson. With all that said and done, we'll take a break and we'll bring you back for Duel number 2. And we are back for Duel number 2, which sees Henry Sanford starting alongside Jonathan Zorland on our front row. The lap time for Henry Sanford, a 28.782, which is not good enough to unseat Matt Duncan, meaning Duel 1 will be the inside line. Matt Duncan is your Coke 600 pole sitter. Max Anderson, Christian Vargas make up row 2. Kenny Moma, Seth Cole, row 3. Pretty Shaw and Dylan Younger in row 4. With Shelton and Ambrose in row 5 for this duel. I'll hand over to Steven for any thoughts that he has about this one.
So the first one was a little tame besides Hunter Braxton dying in the backstretch. and the pit road. So Matt Duncan, how about that D&Q winner last season to now pole sitter for the 600? See how that translates. So this one will probably be a little bit of the crazy one and stuff. We got the legendary Brett Mulmer over here. We got Kev Sheeran in a fourth MWR car. So we go pan to the front. Henry Sanford has really been the mile-and-a-half king at the last ever since Kansas, I believe at Darlington last year and stuff. Zoroline trying to get a good result, 22nd in points. Ahead of D&Q, needs to crawl his way a little bit further in here. And yeah, so we've got the last one. We're going to have the daytime. Next time these cars will be on track is the nighttime. So try to get your setup as balanced as you can.
And let's go trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Field is rolling. Worth mentioning what we know from Duel 1. We know that the 57 will have to fall back on points and doesn't exactly have a great finishing position in his duel for the re-rank of starting spot anyway. We also know that coming into this, off of what happened in Duel 1, that Brett Moma, Tim Randolph, you know what? I didn't even make the change because Henry Sanford is one of them. William Brock and Louis Shaw will race on points, meaning we are guaranteed no worse than the top 11 in points are guaranteed to race.
That's good. Our main concern is getting the top 10.
Based off of who raced in Duel 1 and who's already in on points, we know that the top 11 in points, which includes the 36, will all race.
As long as we don't get into the top 10, we're all good.
Some drivers that still need to try and race in are not guaranteed a starting spot in this duel. You have the 07, 47, 24, the 05, 33, 25, and 78. A couple people watching on nervously from Duel 1. You had the 7 and the 82, were the top two from Duel 1 not already in the field. As the pace car pulls off, leaving the field under control, the Miller Light Dodge for Henry Sanford. And Duel 2 is green.
Yep, here we go. Was Zorlin up there in the All-Star race? I don't remember. I know it was a 2 in the 46.
He was in the All-Star race, but it was more of a non-factor. He made it up there at one point, but wasn't a factor in the finish.
I know it was Henry and somebody else was battling most of the race. I can't remember who the other driver was at the top of my head right now.
Dylan Young would have been the Hendrick driver that was up there.
Yep, that's who it was. And yeah, the 46 was strong. The 2 car, look at that speed he held into the corner there.
Henry Sanford, using the knowledge that he gained very well, he gets to the race lead as Zorline trying to clear for second off turn 4.
Yep, and 78 try to get a little more pack style here with these guys right here, a little more rookies maybe. As 78 car trying to feed to the bomb. Max Anderson also, so that's the crown jewel race, trying to become another driver, try to add more crown rules to it.
Sam Schluter's in the middle, and the 70 gets out of it there, back to 2 wide.
Yeah, it's Max Anderson's trying to get another crown jewel win in his career. Already won the 500 earlier this year.
As trying to become the second driver, I think, in series history to. I can't think of anyone other than Wilhurt that's actually won the 500 and the 600 in the same season.
Yeah, the crown jewel race start Darlington, Indy, Charlotte, and Daytona.
As Kenny Moma couldn't quite get the move done on Zorline. Zorline's going to clear back for third. It looks like off turn number 4.
Yeah,
Moma's
story of the
fall in
Hendrick.
line in 4th.
Moma's had a couple good races too. It's the story of the Hendrick cars. They can get good runs in qualifying. Just can't parlay into the races right here. Dylan Young was 7th in points. Hendrick cars, yeah, Dylan Young's was 7th in points, and then he dropped Tiger Rock.
You started off by talking about Moma.
Oh, whoops! That was a fail and a half.
As Dylan Young does clear Vargas, and it's Bradley that's stuck on the outside line right now.
Yeah, Ream doesn't go to the Steve Pollard line right there.
And battle for the lead. Here comes Max Anderson. Something we didn't see much of in the All-Star race until the final couple laps with Peter Ondrak.
Yeah, look at the 78 car go.
Someone that can actually hang with the 2, apparently.
Yeah, and Amy Shelby's kicking herself for leaving the seat.
Well, it's working out well for her a little bit in that 4. It's starting to turn around.
Henry Sanford, like we saw on the other one, he is so strong at that high side. Henry is the mile-and-a-half king.
He's been the guy last weekend and then so far now today, early on, he can put his car wherever he wants to or needs to, basically, and still get it to run.
Yeah, Henry wanted to land. I believe he wanted Kansas. He wanted Texas. He has a lot of Darlington's kind of a mile and a half. He's got a lot of mile and a half wins the
Just
last
don't
couple
include
last
Michigan.
Yeah, besides Michigan, all the other wins have been mile and a halves, pretty much.
As Dylan Young trying to take a spot away from his teammate. Here comes Kenny Moma looking for second now.
Yeah, MoMA had a good duel, I believe, at Colorado National in the top 15. So MoMA's got speed, the Comp USA car.
Actually had a top 5 finish at Colorado National Research, right?
Yes. The 4 of Amy Shelley gets 18th. Brett MoMA's 20th right now, along with Charles
He's into
Sanford.
a transfer spot now. As Max Anderson, though, gets the run off turn 2. That might allow Dylan Young to think about taking the spot away from the 71.
Yep.
And the Hendrick
God.
teammates show each other their wits again.
Is Allie Nelson in one of those? No, Allison Rain, one of those cars?
As Zorline takes 4th spot away from Dylan Young.
Yep. As a big train forming on the bottom here.
Well, we saw this happen in Duel 1 as well. We saw him kind of get into a train and then group up again. Matt McIntyre trying to take a spot away from Roberto Crown Jr. in the 04. U.S. Army car, he wants to run well on Memorial Day weekend, but first he has to make the race.
It made sponsors very happy to make this race.
Probably make him not so happy if he missed it too.
Yeah, that's where I follow that. It's 39 on the inside here. Yep, he's gonna get clear of him right there.
Oh, Crown gets the wall a little bit.
He hit that wall with the crown of the car.
To Bradley Ream now.
Doesn't look like we've had it.
Calhoun has fallen into the transfer spot.
Doesn't look like we've had anybody wrecked so far like the first one, so that's pretty cool.
No, the only skid marks I'm seeing are from the practice crash we had. Amy Shelley did fall back a little bit now.
Yep.
Meanwhile, MoMA trying to chase down the 2. Anderson thinking about second.
Yep, here goes Max Anderson. He got 200 cars behind him, too.
And it looks like Anderson's going to be able to get it done. Dylan Young trying to take a spot away from his teammate.
Yeah, Roush came to play the 16 to 6-1, and on 9-9's up here. Looks like they brought some good equipment.
Yep, there is Christian Vargas in the 6th spot, looking to try and find a way up there, try and get into the top 5. Meanwhile, Max Anderson closing in on the 2.
Yeah, Henry Sanford, the mile and a half king, likes to do what he needs to do to try to get this duel win.
Stephen Colon has worked his way up into the top 18 now.
Yep, Duncan the 20th, MoMA's stuck in 19th.
And Dylan Young still trying to clear his own teammate, has help from the 99.
Yep, Vargas trying to push him alongside right here. Ooh, boy, gets a little loose at that bottom side.
And Owen Miles going to try and take advantage of the 4 checking up on the bottom side.
Yep, yeah, Stockholm not going to get the wall right there, trying to get a good run. Owens had a struggling season the last year for the 96 as trying to get some results right here.
Well, supposedly. Let's see.
Yeah.
Everything at this point is all speculation. Is Owen Miles fighting hard with that 24 car. Now it's Matt McIntyre that's going to go low and help 24.
Yep, as oh boy, looks like he's just holding the rookie driver and they got a lot of veterans behind. Well, somewhat veterans.
Well, I mean, the rookie pulled one over on the veteran, though, and Dylan Young, so...
Yeah, that's why he's DNQ 2 races in a row. 4 cars in 20th right now. What did you
Top
say?
3 are breaking away. I said Seth Cole trying to join this fight now.
Yep, trying to get to battle Matt McIntyre right here. McIntyre's had a really big struggle throughout the year.
As Vargas stuck on the outside, this is spot for Seth. Now here comes Bradley Ream in the 20.
Ooh, 99 in the wall a little
also
bit there.
up here, trying to redeem himself from the showdown on a week ago.
Yep, this is the 47 inch was the 20th spot right there.
William Young now up into the transfer spot. Stephen Colon has gone up to 17th.
Yep, we saw one Bruce picking that shot right there. As 19 with the store number, got to go to 11-11-08 if that's even still routed anymore.
As Crown will clear the 14
Ooh,
off turn 4. Brock trying to take a spot away from the Office Depot Chevy.
And the 51, that is not Gary Coleman Grills. That is the Fab Grills number 51.
Winnie Calhoun is up in here. Here comes Stephen Colon now trying to join this fight.
Yep, an interesting story with the 66. It was a couple cars behind us. That is a full-blown MWR 66 R&D car. So Kev's got the best equipment he's ever had in his life. Well, besides the Winter Series, so he's giving it all the ride he got.
As Stephen Colon fends off from William Duncan for now. Looks like the battle for the lead is heating up.
Yes, Henry Sanford has
little
just been
bit.
so good.
As now Sanford trying to check out again. Here comes Kenny Moma taking a peek into turn number 3. Not what you want to do.
He's on the bumper. Oh, he's there. 3 taps.
Huh?
3 taps.
That's
One
a
up
short
there.
track rule. That's a short track rule.
Well,
Here
it doesn't
comes
matter.
Dylan Young looking for a spot on Matt McIntyre. That is for 6th.
Boys have at it.
And clears him off turn number 2. Pretty Shaw also clears Roberto Crown Jr. for 11th.
We're about pitting a lap, about lap 20 or 21, so maybe the guys get ready to see the foul line and stop hitting.
And we saw in Duel 1, the drivers that stayed out that extra lap actually benefited the most, at least on short term.
That's how the
67 might have actually done something had he actually had some drafting help.
Yeah, the 67, not 67, 16 won based on pitting the second lap round, so maybe some of the drivers noticed that and stuff.
As Kenny Moma now moves up to 2nd again, passing 78 of Max Anderson.
Yep, as now we're coming to lap 20, some pit stops will be coming within a few laps.
Kenny Moma's got a quick car today, 2nd quickest lap on out of this duel.
If I'm not mistaken, he won a duel at Colorado National too, so the 71 team definitely brings some prowess, and the 70s got sponsorship this week, so
I believe you're
helping
right.
them out.
They also had sponsorship at Colorado National, and they won the duel, and they got a top 5 run.
Yeah, they had the monster sponsorship, that beautiful 71 paint team. Well, shame we're only going to see it once this year. That's a little, well, nope, that's not a fitting line.
No, you would see some of these guys take to the wall almost. Matt McIntyre has been passed by Seth Cole, now fending off from Bradley Ream. Got a battle back here as well. William Calhoun's trying to take a spot away from William Brock.
Yep, the Tony Reigns 34 talking about hard going down the inside right here as 51 gets a little loose there.
Dylan Young thought about it on Owen Miles, couldn't quite make the move stick. Seth Cole maybe thinking about trying to take advantage of that.
24 washed up, just a little tick right there off the corner. Seth has run a
Here
lot of
comes
races
Seth
here.
looking for 6th.
Yeah, 2 of the veteran drivers who ran here probably when they had 2 races at this track, trying to come down the inside.
And you mentioned in Duel 1, Mary Shelley, a long losing streak. It's been a long losing streak for Seth Cole as well. Season 3 Michigan for Seth since his last
Now, it's almost been about 94 to 95 races, and if you put it all together without DQs, it's been over 150 races, so it's been a long
150 races against 90 some odd starts.
Yep, that's how bad that losing streak has been for Seth. As the
Kenny
2 cars
Moma's
checking
gap
out.
to 78.
If I'm telling you on
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I said if you talk about tuning in on Sunday, you're just gonna see how big Henry Sanford's gonna win and how many laps he's gonna win. That should be the Charles Sanford $10,000 giveaway question.
Well, it looks like we might have some pit stops here. Kenny Moma's gonna try and play the strategy game.
If you're gonna beat that 2 car, you got to do that. And
Well,
Dylan
dude,
Young
Vargas,
hits the brakes.
Cologne stay out. See, Marks Ambrose, Carter, Joey also stay out. Nick
Well,
Breeding,
15.
what a job coming to pit lane.
I think Breeding did. That was great.
And I think they actually managed to not wreck coming to pit lane this time. LeDuc also stayed out. I missed the fact that Jack Jameson stayed out.
Yep, Cologne, and that was some incredible driving right there by the Breeding.
Kenny Moma will pit. I would imagine all these guys are pitting this time. Vargas,
99.
Great job coming to pit lane as well.
Vargas passed the 3 cars right there coming to entry. That was incredible.
Well, actually, he was ahead of them already and just got an even further gap.
He once again the 16 who won the first one. It was wow, that's gonna be interesting.
Oh, that's a dangerous merge line there from Anderson.
Oh, that's black
that's
flag.
really close. I don't know about that.
That's black.
I don't know about that one for Anderson. That might be a black.
Yeah, he touched the apron. That's black. At the game, we'll give it. That's still a black flag.
Oh, we'll see. Anderson come back? No, he might have gone away with one.
Yeah, if he got away, that's like the Chai Majeski miss right there. Wow, that's interesting call by the officials.
As here comes Kenny Momo on pit exit.
Oh, Kenny Mola carrying a little too much speed. Yeah, he's not going to beat the 78.
Anderson way out in front. Henry Sanford's going to be the second. It will be, I think, third for Kenny Momo. I think he's going to have Owen Miles cleared. And nothing for Anderson. So NRSL officials either didn't see it or decided not to call that one.
Yeah, they're going to need to get some better glasses for missing that one. As 34
Winnie Calhoun trying to get the 7th spot away from Matt McIntyre.
Well, what happened with the 7 right there, the 2, excuse me, he had to lift because if not, they're going to have a huge wreck. So, does Anderson pit this lap? That's the question.
He would have already pit by now, I would imagine. So, Max Anderson, no penalty for the possible merge line violation there. As Henry Sanford is in second. Although, to be fair, also, it doesn't really matter. First or second for Anderson doesn't exactly matter when it's Henry Sanford in second.
Yeah, a little bit of dirty tactics by Anderson right there, but you got to do what you got to do, and you got to beat the mile-and-a-half king here.
But it is MoMA third, Miles fourth, Zorline in fifth, Dylan Young, Winnie Calhoun, Matt McIntyre, Seth Cole, and William Brock, the top 10. It's then Ream, James, Roberto Crown Jr., Kev Shear, Nick Breeding, Pretty Shaw, Marcus Ambrose, and Christian Vargas, the top 18.
We saw Vargas up here in the top 5. That's a big draw for Vargas.
No one is out of the race either.
The first duel looked like it was the craziest one. Nah, 71's getting caught. 9 Owen Miles. Look, what a job by Owen.
Owen Miles doing what we only really could see Henry Sanford do in the All-Star race, using the inside line to complete a pass.
Owen Miles, remember this car finished 15th here last year with Brett Moma, so the 96 got a little bit of speed, but I think that was the manufacturer.
Dylan Young trying to get a spot away as here comes Henry Sanford. He's caught the 78.
I don't think he's very happy with Anderson using those dirty tactics on the apron right there.
And does Henry make the move? Yes, he does. Here comes the 2.
Yep, and now it's time to get that clicker. No, I'm kidding. 78 car. Dude,
and Henry's going to make this move easy with 10 to go.
Man,
actually 11 to go. It's 10 to go at the line. And now he's going to try and check out on the 78.
I'm going to tell you something. That 2 car is stout. 78 drove it in deep.
Great in the All-Star race. It's looking good today.
Not over yet.
Although Anderson didn't let him get away.
No, there he
10
comes.
10 to go, and it's going to be side-by-side again for the lead.
Anderson's not letting him pull away. Anderson's going to have it.
But if Henry can hold it around the outside here, I think he's going to have the advantage in turn 3.
Around the outside. Yep, can he hold it on the bottom? Let's see.
Still side-by-side into turn 3.
Great racing right here. Oh, the 2 car just so strong. 78's washing up just
trying. Can't hold it in there. Henry's going to clear off turn 4.
Oh, that was great racing. He had the spot. I thought the 2 car was going to nail the fence, but he didn't.
Whoops, I tried to change the camera. I went to switch car. Owen Miles third, though. Dylan Young's gone around the 39. Here comes Winnie Calhoun now in the 34.
9 car in the transfer spot right there. 83 is now 19. Car Joy desperately needs to make a race.
Here comes Seth Cole around the outside of the 34.
Oof, man, that makes some ballsy moves right here.
And he's got the move there. Trying to get him cleared, though, is going to be the tough part. Kenny Moma now looking for third again on the 96.
Duncan out of the transfer spot, too. That's a tough break for Duncan. He's looking at another D&Q possibly.
Or winner's row maybe, or winner's provisional, I should say. Not
possibly,
yeah. As Dylan Young and Seth Cole still trying to get that outside line to work. Owen Miles has fallen to 5th, as Zorline even got by him as well.
Yep, top 2 are just gone.
Yeah, they are. And Seth's still trying to go high riding around the outside here with 34.
Yep, she's trying to get up there. You know, you got to do something. You can't just follow the guys ahead of you. So if you got to try a different line, try to rubber it in and stuff. Yeah, he's rubbing it in that
solely around the outside for Seth Cole. What a job by that Jack Daniels Chevy.
Yeah, you gotta do something different. If everybody's doing the same thing, you're never gonna go anywhere. So.
Stephen Colon has gone around Marcus Ambrose for 17th.
Yep. See right here, there's Bradley Green,
Trying to
Kev
look.
Shear.
There's Vargas now getting by Nick Breeding for 14th. The 9 is actually up to 16th now as Roberto Cran Jr. is back to that 17th spot.
Yep, and Ambrose is getting prayer. Comes Duncan.
Duncan, Joey, and Ambrose.
Whoa.
3-car fight for the transfer spot.
83 didn't lift right there. That was going to be big.
Carter Joey gets the 19th spot away from Duncan. Ambrose trying to get some breathing room and get by the 04.
Yeah, you saw that move right there by the 31. He could not hold the bottom, and he could. And if that was Henry Sanford, he could have. Well,
I'm sorry about this. I don't know what's going on there. Just didn't like that spot on the field, I guess.
Or this spot of the field.
I don't know. At least for a moment there. Ambrose got some breathing space now, at least a little bit. Can't quite make the move. Kev Shear now is going to try and get by Jack James. This is the battle for 11th.
The MWR car comes alive right there. Has 2 seconds clear as Anderson the 2.
Well, Anderson's clear of the 71 by 2 seconds.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true right there. 51 getting now eaten up by the 66. It was pretty good to have another MWR car in the field.
As this would be the battle for 10th.
2 laps to go here.
Christian Vargas now trying to get by Bradley Ream. That is for 13th. So the 99 has a good car. Just lost a lot of ground on pit lane. Can't afford to do that in the 600.
Yeah, typical Roush pit crews shooting themselves in the foot right there, as he is really strong in that bottom side.
Kev all over the back of the 51, trying to think about a move, maybe 2 to go for these guys. As now the 66 makes the move into turn 1. Vargas makes the move on Jack James. Move Kev up into the top 10.
Yeah, Owen Miles has fallen down to 9th right there, but looks like he got 3 seconds on these guys at least.
Yeah. Although if Kev can gap him, maybe that might do something.
Here we come to the white flag right here.
39 as the white flag is out. 1 lap to go for Henry Sanford in what has been a dominant lead here for the 2.
A Charlotte weekend, besides the win.
I mean, he was dominant in the All-Star race in a sense. He's driving from 18th to 1st at one point. He got the pole, though, for Duel 2. And he's going to show the dominant factor here today as he wins Duel 2.
Yeah, that 2 car was the class of the field.
Actually, try and go back here, see what happens. It looks like it will be Ambrose there that hangs on to that final transfer spot. So racing their way in through Duel number 2. Max Anderson, Jonathan Zorline, Kenny Moma, Dylan Young, Matt McIntyre, Seth Cole, Winnie Calhoun, Owen Miles, Kev Shear, William Brock, Jack James, Christian Vargas, Nick Breeding, Stephen Colon, Bradley Ream, Roberto Crown Jr., and Marcus Ambrose takes home the final transfer spot by a 10th of a second over Carter Joey. We'll have to wait and see with anyone else on who will be our DNQs for this one. Probably have a few good ideas, but we'll have to wait and see. You'll see the starting field though right after we sign off for this, as well as the DNQs. Steven, your final thoughts, I guess.
It was definitely good. The first one was a little more passing. Henry's just too OP for this. The best I can say at the mile and a half. Good job by Anderson, 2nd place. Only has 1 top 5, 1 win and 1 top 10 this season. So yeah, Anderson needs a good break. Zorline 22nd of points, and Dylan Young, who was up there too. They needed to make this race and stuff. Owen Miles, good job by them. The MWR 66 made it, so that's good for them. Bradley Ream and Stephen Clune, a lot of rookies actually making good races today. That's good to see. Ambrose will not have to fall back on points, so that's going to help some people out. Diego Yepes is going to have a DNQ just after a couple good races with DNQ, it looks like. We got 2 more races this weekend. We've got the 600, not the 600, the Hooters race.
Yeah, 600 and then the
Hooters
Coke Vanilla
race.
400.
The Coconut Point. We saw that race a couple years ago. People wrecking under caution with a 4 wide pass. Hunter Braxton who won that race, and unfortunately, will not be in the Cup race due to a big crash. It is 1:08 in the morning, and I got to be up in 5 hours. So I'm gonna see who's gonna be in your field for Sunday, and then I'm gonna pass out. So I'm gonna hand it over to Charles before I die. So looking forward to Sunday.
With all that said, congrats to our dual winners. I always blank on who Duel 1 winner is by the time I get to this point.
Alexander Rowe.
Yep, thank you. Alexander Rowe and Henry Sanford. Looks like Henry's going to have the car to beat for Sunday, but there's a reason why we do these races out because you can't win them on paper. For Stephen Paul
Oh,
III, I'm Gordon Fan291. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. Leave a comment down below or on Discord. Let me know what you guys thought of this one. You've been watching a production of the NRSL, though. We'll see you guys next time.
we'll see you guys. Henry, can you please bring me a Miller Lite? I need it.